we were told that we're not on a floodplain, so we said, okay, this is good, because we were going to get flood insurance. I think the first year we did, and then they, kind of said, don't worry about it. So they started talking about, Florence coming in, and it was going to be 4 feet higher, and we weren't sure what 4 feet higher meant. And I'm a ham radio operator, so I was running a net. So just before the net, I looked and I noticed a little bit of water coming in the garage, and I quickly jumped and I called Kate. I said, we're getting water.
I don't know what I was thinking. I know what I was thinking. I've never been in a flood before.
But she thought we were in trouble, and I thought we were just fine. And I was not right.
It got up to about 18 inches. Right after Dean came up, and we were still thinking about what to do, I was speaking to Deborah. She said, are you okay? And I said, no. And I started bawling my eyes out. And she said, get out of there. You need to get out of there. And I'm telling her all the things that we were thinking maybe we could do. She says, no, get out of there. She says, we care about you. We're worried about you. You need to be safe. Get out.
The house is full of water, so we had to trudge through the water, and the floors floated, laminates floating around, and we were trying to save stuff. But then it got so high we couldn't do that anymore. And then at some point it kept rising, and the National Guard was saying, we're about to the last height before we can rescue anymore. So if you don't leave today, you're here until the water goes down. And so we got in there, and they rescued us out of there. But then once you leave, they don't let you back in.
And Deborah was at the other side of the water, waiting patiently for us. Up. And she was the one, she's the one that convinced me to get out of there. And she and Daniel took us in, our whole family, even the dog. And they're not a dog family. Maybe they are now, I don't know. But they took us all in, and they kept us for a month.
We couldn't go back till the water settled, and it's kind of funny because it goes down pretty fast when it finally goes down. So I came here, and Denny and Sandy were here from Christ in Action. I pulled up, and I just saw the devastation at that point, and it smelled awful, and there were dead fish everywhere on the ground, and everything was just coated with this yucky, muddy kind of look. And saw my neighbors, they're like zombies walking around, and I just melted. I mean, I fell to my knees. He said, we looked in your car because your one door got pushed open by the water, and your 2 cars in the garage are totaled. Then my 2 kids both lost their cars. We lost 3 cars in the process. And I didn't go back in. I said to Denny, I said, I don't know, Denny, if I could stay out. But he said, just for me, he said, would you do that? So I did, but I came back and just hugged all the neighbors, and we just cried together.
First thing I thought of when I realized what was really happening was, okay, first of all, how are we going to get this fixed? And second of all, how are we going to find somebody that we can trust? Because there are people that, that come out of the woodwork, and they take advantage of people in this situation. And I don't know about Dean, but I had these visions of just, living in a disaster zone for however long it took us to just come up with the money bit by bit to restore it, which would be a long time. And I mean, I can't even explain the feeling when Deborah called and said that Seacoast was gonna fix the downstairs for us.
When she said it, I was like, okay, now what did you just really say?
Yeah.
What do you mean? And so I kept asking. She says, well, just call Deborah. So if you don't believe it, I said, well, I just don't understand specifics because we are not used to people doing this for us. This is not our life. And so the Christ for Action people are wonderful. They came in, they just chopped everything down, and they got rid of what they had to get rid of.
Just out of, God's love, out of the goodness of their heart, they're doing what needed to be done to save our house.
We really have no family anywhere near, and so the church kind of becomes our family kind of thing, and that's what it evolved into. But you never know where you stand and all that kind of stuff, but then you see the outpour, and just,
we were blown away by it.
We
absolutely blown away. Yes. All my life I've heard body of Christ, the body of Christ. That's the body of Christ. Sorry.
It was amazing because we have usually been in the position of trying to help somebody. So there's a problem, they need some money, we dig in and see what we can do and donate money. And now we change the roles of receiving, and it's really kind of hard.
It's so humbling.
And the church is just, I don't know what we do without it. I really don't know.
I don't know what people do without God's love. I don't know what they do. How do you survive?
How do you not get bitter? Because this feels like you're being picked on, and
you could so easily go that way.
Yeah.
But people say you can't see God. open your eyes and look around here. Any of this, all of this, is God's people in action.